This is Michael Virardi. We are at the head offices of UMAR WSR together with my friend, founder, Thrasos Tsangarides. Thrasos, it's great to have you here.
Thank you, Michael.
Oh, it's great to have us here. Huh?
Pleasure having you here.
Yes, it's great to be here, dear friends and fans. But just before I introduce Thrasos, let me say a few words. First and foremost, our winner from the previous episode, Ask Virardi, episode 115, was Christodoulos Stavri. And Christodoulos Stavri has just won an hour's consulting with Polis Xinaris, with expert on social media Polis Xinaris. So Christodoulos, if you haven't gotten in touch with Polis Xinaris, please do so. You can contact my personal assistant, Marina, or you can contact Polis Xinaris directly through his Facebook links. Let me also say that for today's present, if you share this episode, you win one of two books from Thrasos Tsangarides. It's his poetic collection. When have you written this, my dear friend?
It was starting back in 1999.
99. The winner will get a signed copy of his poetic collection, which I was fortunate enough to read. And you can pick it up from their main offices, here head offices. You can meet Thrasos. And you can also meet the team. So you only have to share the episode. Just before we begin, let me say that on the 13th of June 2017, we are back with Address for Success, speaking in public, how to win over an audience. We're going to be having it for 20 exclusive participants, once again at the Four Seasons Hotel. It's going to be our 5th time, and you can find more about it with the link that I'm going to be providing after the episode. So let's turn to my guest now, Thrasos Tsangarides. And Thrasos, can you please tell us a few things about UMAR, and then we're going into the questions of our audience.
It's always difficult to say a few things about UMAR WSR. It's been my whole life, so how do you expect me to say a few things? Anyway, in general, we are a marine service provider, and we operate worldwide, covering a big spectrum of services and supplies to shipping companies and services to ships all around the world.
Excellent. And you have offices in 5 locations around the world?
Our head office is here in Cyprus. We operate out of Greece, we operate out of Russia, Singapore and Dubai, and associate offices where we have in China.
So let me ask the first question of the day. Your slogan is to be better than the promises that you keep.
Yes.
Can you please enlighten us on that? How can you be better than the promises that you keep?
It's always the added value that counts. If I keep my promise that I deliver the services you pay me for, it's keeping my promise. But if I deliver my heart and I deliver my feelings through the service and the product, it's better than the promise I keep. And this is what we try to do here.
I love this. Deliver my feelings through the... Yes. Because the heart is closer to the pocket than the brain is.
Absolutely.
Also in your website, I'm asking my questions first. This is the first time I'm doing it, but with you I'm very tempted. Yes. You say that you employ people on values and knowledge.
Yes.
I can understand the knowledge, but can you talk to us about the values of the company? So before I ask our fans questions, they can understand more about this company. Yes. And about your mentality and philosophy.
Well, right, yeah. The value is very important for us, and it really counts to have the same values, come from the same background, not necessarily academic background, but social background, family background, people that they do have the same values, ethics, with myself and the people who are actually doing the interview and the human resources management of our group. It is very important, and many times I've said to people who came to work for us, I want you to come here, and if this business, if this job becomes your lifestyle, you will succeed. It's all about getting into the DNA of the business.
Excellent. Can you enlighten us with one of your values, something that really stands out for you, that you would hire a person if he or she has that particular value, something that you value?
Team spirit.
Team spirit.
Yes.
And why is that important?
Because without the team spirit, you can't do a lot in a company working with so many multinational, international in this business.
And that's why, my dear friend, you say in your website that you make employees and customers feel like a family. Is this part of the reason?
This is one of the part, because we say we're a family business.
Yes.
Okay, and our customer is our family friends. this is how we want them to be. So with family friends, you share things that you don't share with your everyday customer. We want to stay as a family business, and we want our people to treat our customers as business friends. As family friends.
Excellent. Let's welcome Marina Adiplaru and Lucio Sava. Lucio and Marina, welcome, and many more people who are going to be starting to send their messages. So let's start with the first question of the day. It's a three-part question, comes from Stathis Stasis. Stathis Stasis is an insurance agent and also an Olympian. He has represented Cyprus in the Olympics. His question is the following. What are your morning rituals, dear Thrasos?
Thank you for the question, Stathis. To be honest, I used to have morning rituals, but not anymore. Because if you're in this business, everywhere in the world is morning somewhere. So for me, it's exactly the same. I used to wake up in the morning, get a cup of coffee, do my work, and then read my emails and come to the office with my schedule. But after May 2000, that's history. I have no morning rituals. Every time of the day, it's a morning for me. Because it might be a morning in Puerto Rico, it might be a morning in Brazil, in Far East, in Australia, anywhere in the world it's a morning. So for me, it's the same. We are working on an international business, on shipping, which is everywhere it's a morning.
But when you take your kids to school, it's morning in Cyprus, correct?
This is true. When I'm driving kids at school, it's morning in Cyprus.
Yes.
But it doesn't stop me from calling somewhere or calling someone or making a deal at some other place with the world.
So the pros and cons of having an international business, it goes without saying, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So that's good. And just to let people know, I have looked into your website. I think your employees or your extended family spans out to approximately 80 people, or am I wrong?
We are reaching that number.
Yes.
We are 74 as we speak.
Yes.
But currently we employ a lot of work for a lot of people, workforce for different works we do. So we might, in a period of time, we might reach the 2,000 people, and then but the regular staff, the structure of our group is about 74.
Unbelievable. Excellent. So Stath is asking his second question, which is, what is the best investment you have made so far? Investment, maybe in inverted commas, you can answer it as you like. What is the best investment you have made so far?
The best investment, Stath, is the investment that gives you the best return. So, truly speaking, the best investment is my people. I invest in my people a lot of time, not just money, a lot of time of consultation and a lot of personal time to manage to make that a team. So my biggest and my most important investment based on the return is my people.
Excellent, based on the return, correct. And last question from Stathis, how has failure or a setback prepared you for the subsequent success that you're having? Or
it's just the beginning. If you're not prepared for the failure or for a setback, you're not prepared to start. So people should learn that the failure is the beginning of the success, and you need the failure because you learn a lot. You need to fail again and again and again. When I was younger and I used to play video games, my favorite button was retry. It's the same in life. Retry, 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 retry. Never stop trying.
I love this. I think that's going to be our slogan. Marina, note this down. Retry. Excellent. That's why you're getting the thumbs up. Maria Galazis. Maria Galazis is one of my mentees, coaching mentees. She's an excellent lady. She's a single mother of a young child, Dimitris. She's asking the following. How did the idea for your business come about? And why do you do what you do? How did the idea for your business come about? So that's one question. And why do you do what you do? What's your why?
Let me start from Marina's, you said?
Yes.
Marina's second.
Maria.
Yeah. Let me start from Maria's second part of.
Why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do? Because it's me. Because I can't do otherwise. Because I can't dream of anything else. I can't see myself waking up in the morning and do anything else.
But what got you into shipping? Was it your father? Was it a business you inherited? What was it?
No, it was by accident. Yeah, I was a very good student, and I managed to get my entry into different universities. Unfortunately, I come from a very poor family that couldn't get me even the tickets to travel to United States or even in UK, where I was admitted in several universities, and discussing with my parents, I took a position at the Higher Technical Institute. And this is where it all started, as a marine engineer. I wanted to become a marine engineer, but in a Michigan University, University of Michigan. Then I was accepted, but as I said, I couldn't go there, so I chose Higher Technical Institute. I managed to get into the institute and then continue with my studies.
You could go there, but you couldn't afford to go there.
That's right.
And that hurdle, at the end of the day, might have proven a great opportunity.
Yes, it is a great opportunity. Now, going back to the first part of the question.
How did you come up with the idea?
The idea came to me because of the lack of, maybe I wouldn't say professionalism, but the lack of level of services I wanted to receive as a ship operator. Yeah. And then I thought, why I'm a ship operator, why I can't get this level of service? So what if I start a company that is offering these kind of services to the level of the people like me wanted? And then it all came through.
Can you also explain very succinctly what do you do below the surface and above the surface so people can understand it? Because you have a magnificent, a beautiful video in your website, but for people who haven't seen it.
For those who, let's identify below sea level
below sea.
And above sea level. Below sea level, we do anything that needs to be done with a structure, with the hull of the ship, like repairs, dry docks, underwater works, afloat repairs. And above the sea, the whole ship that needs accessories and equipment and systems that they need for the operation of the ships.
Alexa Constantinidis, welcome. She says Thrasos is a true gentleman. I can vouch for that as well. Thank you, Alexa.
Thank you, Alexa.
And Maria Galazis is asking a second question or a third question. Do you believe in some sort of pattern to becoming a successful entrepreneur? Is there a pattern? But if there was, everyone would have become one.
Stay in business.
Stay in business.
Yes.
And how do you stay in business?
You stay in business by doing your business and your profession, your lifestyle.
Excellent.
Stay in business. If you stay in business, you stay in business.
Correct.
If you don't stay in business, you're not an entrepreneur anymore.
So make it your lifestyle, and you have to have a strong why, as you answered before.
Yes.
And last question from Maria Galazis. Before we turn on to our friends and fans, we have other questions as well. What are some valuable skills that you have learned throughout the years that have enhanced your productivity? Some valuable skills that you have learned throughout the years, Thrasos.
Productivity is very important these days, and everybody's looking for some skills and techniques for productivity. Time is the most important, one of the most important elements today. So my productivity is always connected with time. So I try to do time management the best way possible.
Can you give us an example? Yes, tip.
I close my Outlook. I turn off my Outlook. I don't look at my messages, and I work on my projects. Messages can be read during the day, but not continuously, because it was obviously a distraction for me. I turn my phone into silent. I put it on the side. I put it in my bag. When I want something to be done within the time frame, and I know it's urgent and I know it's to be done, then I turn everything down and I focus on what I do. I don't have multiple things that can distract me at the same time.
Unbelievable. Excellent.
It's simple.
Any more valuable skills that you have learned other than time management? Does anything come to mind?
Keep quiet.
Keep quiet.
Yes.
So listen more than you talk.
Listen more than you talk. Absolutely. It's a great thing to know.
Yes.
When to speak, what to say, and when to keep silent and listen.
It's true.
Listen.
We have here in the room our friend Nikos Saris from Eureka, the chairman. He also told me this advice many years ago, so I'm keeping silent. He's here with us. We will have him in one of our next Ask Virardi episodes. Evis Zenios is saying that you also become a successful entrepreneur by selling. Evis loves sales. He is also writing a blog post, The Art of Sales. So
yeah, well, selling what? We are selling ourselves every day. This is what we're selling. We're taking out our emotions and our feelings. We put on the table, and there's no way, if there is a positivity on what we put on the table, other people will buy.
Wow, excellent. Guys, if you want a chance to meet Thrasos Tsangarides, share this episode. You also win a signed book from his poetic collection, which I have read. It's fantastic, but you also get to meet the man himself. Michalis Poulis, all the way from Australia, says, hello, Thrasos and Michael. Yes, we will revert back with that question. Sorry, Michalis, we already answered it, but we will revert back. So I'm going to Katerina Kyprianou's questions. She's asking, how did your reading habit help you build your business? Do you have a reading habit, first of all? I know the answer to that, but our fans need to know it as well.
It's one of my habits, reading a lot of books. And I have the habit of reading 3 books at least simultaneously. So I never take one book and go through from one.
Can you manage to do that?
I have all 3 books open at the same time, and then I read 5 minutes from each book every night. So then I exercise a little bit with my brain, where to stop, where to start, what to do and how to do it, from different books, different themes even, from historical books, bibliography, business books. But how that helped me to do my business?
Yes.
Listen, if you are an entrepreneur and if you are in business, you can find business tips and learn even from comics. I read everything possible, everything. At least in English and Greek language. So I can find business tips even in comics.
Yes. I remember the first time we went out with Thrasos, when I met Thrasos, it was with Dr. Laspos. We went to the Meridian Hotel for dinner, and I was very impressed what an avid reader he was. And a few days later, he sent me an article just before the Marie explosion, which an article he has written, and it had the acronym BANANA, built absolutely nothing, nowhere near anything. Anywhere near anything. So he has foresight through his readings. Before I go to Katerina's second question, I would like to ask Michalis Poulis' question. Hello, Thrasos and Michael. And he's asking you, do you have a daily routine that keeps you focused, energized, and primed for success?
It's from Australia, right?
Yes.
Okay. One of my favorite places. I used to travel a lot in
he's working in Australia. He's from Cyprus, but he's
working in
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Michael, thank you for your question. As I said before, because I remember we answered the same question.
Yes, we answered, but we can answer it for Australia as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's all about turning your business into your lifestyle. What keeps me focused on my business? I can't really tell you, but I think it's something internally. It's loving your business, it's loving what you do. Is to wake up in the morning and say, wow, I'm late. And I'm always late. Even if I come here 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, I'm always late for business. Whatever time I wake up in the morning, it's late for business. I'm late, always. So loving what you do is the only thing that can give you the drive to do it better and better and better every day. Of course, there are other things that now I feel more responsible about: my team, my target, people that are working for the group abroad. So is this team spirit among the group that drives me to travel over there and meet the people and discuss with them and talk about the problems, find solutions, try to make the vision and my dream every day bigger and bigger and bigger.
How often do you fly, Thrasos? Abroad?
Last year I flew 160 days.
160.
I was 160 days outside Cyprus.
And you know in how many countries approximately?
All over the world. Last year it was amazing. We went to United States, Africa, Asia, Central, all over the world.
We're not talking about holidays, huh?
No,
We're talking about business.
No. Holidays?
Yes.
What's holidays?
And what's the button you used to press when you were a kid?
Retry.
Do you still press it now?
Every day. Every day.
Thrasos, we have regards from Janos Lakodribis. He says, great job, Michael and Thrasos. Thank you, Janos. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for joining us. So let's go with our last question of the day, which comes from Katerina Kyprianou again. Her question is the following. Which books do you think every entrepreneur should read? And if you want to substitute entrepreneur with every human being should read, just let us know, please.
Katerina, again, thank you for the question, but it's very difficult for me to identify the book that anyone should read or anybody should follow. I read everything, and Is
there a book that really touched you, that really helped you, that really resonated with you, that really gave you some ideas?
No,
but
not specifically. Every book. Every book that I read, and as I said before, even from comics you learn from biography books, you learn from historical books.
Tell us some of the recent books you've read, not the ones that touch, and some of the books you've read, because some people might be interested to find out.
I read the autobiography of the founder of Nike recently, and I'm reading, as we speak, because I said I read 3 books at the same time, I'm reading Guru Sachar for internal evolution and rebuild and meditation and yoga. I read the autobiography of the founder of Nike, and I read the poem collection of Cavadias, the story between Australia and Limassol, 2 parts in one life.
Unbelievable. I read also the autobiography of Nike, and it was very touching when he lost his son right at the end with a scuba diving accident.
This is very true.
So Thrasos, just before we close, I would like you to say a final message to all our friends and fans all over the world. Most of them are millennials, younger in age. So any final message from a person who has achieved many things in life, and this doesn't come from you, it comes from me as also a friend and an associate.
Thank you very much, Michael, for your comments. A final message: never stop dreaming. Never stop trying. Believe and make these your target in life. Take it into your lifestyle and make it happen. And if you fail, retry.
So dear friends and fans, Kypros Kyprianou, welcome, great work guys, he says. Thank you, and Michalis Poulis, thanks you as well with your reply. So what we learned today, our dear friends, is like the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. Thrasos Tsangarides has told us that we have to go with others. We have to treat our customers, internal and external, as family. That's the only way to grow. At the end of the day, if you fail, you are on your way towards success. You simply have to press the retry button. And last but not least, never stop dreaming. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's a pleasure having you.
Always a pleasure to have you.
And looking forward to having you again here at the Ask Virardi show. Thank you very much.